Good, it's working. Okay. Yay! We'll see. Whoop, whoop. Sorry, I had to make an adjustment there. I was just putting actually essential oil like Vicks on here. It's so good to see everybody in the side chat. Let me go through and see who was in here first. I believe I know who it was. It was Deep in the Dirt. It was Deep in the Dirt. Thank you for being first tonight, Maureen Washington. Storms, Radios, and Cats. And Almost Homesteading. And we have Homestead Aquarius. And then, thank you, Homestead Aquarius. Happy Fri Yay to everybody. I'm going to have to put in a cough drop. I can feel it. And let's see, it just is skipping around on me. Hey, Stephanie Joe Roundtree. Yeah, I'm here. Hey, Pessilquati. Oh, yay. It's so good to see everybody in the chat. Oh, don't mind me while I start my essential oils. I hope everybody's having a good week. I figured overwhelm was a really good topic. Like before this topic, which is kind of like burnout, when to know if you're burnt out. Hey, Michelle. I know it's getting like crazy, right, Stephanie? I can't believe it. I don't know. I almost like wanted to actually chop it because I don't know about your hair, but when my hair gets this long, it starts to just break because I'm coloring it. Like people will be like, "Oh, it's my thyroid." Well, if you color your hair, it's probably the hair color that's doing it. I'll tell you that. But I probably got a little thyroid issue too. I'm still sick, Storms. I can feel it still like in this side of my sinus, and it's still doing that thing. So I'm still on like a little bit of medicine. Only reason I can do this tonight is because I'm on like a Mucinex and a decongestant and a little squirt up the nose decongestant too. And Malachi seemed low grade today, like a little low grade fever. And I mean low grade, like people wouldn't consider it a fever, but my kid doesn't go, he has a low body temp. And then if he goes to 99, that for him is starting to go towards 100. And for him, that's a fever. It takes usually a really bad virus for him to make like a real fever, like we would consider, oh, that kid's got a fever. So I have to be real careful with them. All right. I'm totally burned out on the negative news. Oh, bless you, Storms. I know what you mean. I'm struggling to prep, but I keep chugging along. Yeah, I don't think we can ever prep enough. That's the thing is there's going to always be something that takes us sideways, even for the people that have like, think of the people in Maui. Like some of those people, they were never prepared for that wildfire. Plus, it would burn up all their preps along with their house. How can you be prepared for that? You just do the best that you can do and kind of give God the rest. But I totally feel you. I get that way too when I think about it too much. Oh, you still got it, Misha? I would say after 2 weeks, it's not a virus, then it's a sinus infection. And that's what I'm trying to not get, but it might be. I don't know. If it goes over the 2-week mark, then I'm going to probably have to call my doctor. Good. I'm glad you're not burnt out quite yet. Sometimes burnout, it's like it hits us after the fact. But I'm going to drop the link for those of you who want to come up and talk about it. We have so many people on tonight, like even others that usually aren't on, having different things going on. So it's fine if it's small, because we're talking about a real topic. It's not like we're talking about something it can be super light, like it can be positive, but it's stuff sometimes that people aren't going to necessarily run to come and talk about. But I think like Storms even said, we kind of need to talk about it so we don't completely burn out from all the negative news and all the negative stuff coming our way. Yay. Okay. Yay, Lark's Homesteadish. I'm glad you're here too. Yay. Yeah, the news is getting ridiculous, Stephanie. I agree. It's just we're getting hammered with it. And it's on both sides. P2E, it's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. And thank you for like last time we had our conversation, we were talking about one of the medications I took by I think it was you were saying like Neurontin is also being used, and then I looked it up later as an emotional like stabilizer for people, or they're just using it as a stabilizer. Had no clue it had that ability to really mess with you like that. So thank you so much for that. Um, Made some things when I first started it really make sense. I thought too on the 11th day, but I started to breathe in steamy water over the stove. Oh, I can't do Vicks, but I can do the salt water. I'm shooting salt water up my nose. I'm doing Lark's Homestead has reminded me of the Neil Med squeeze bottles. And I went out and got a new one because mine was way old, and you're supposed to get rid of them, like not keep them around for too long. I bet you burn cherry tomatoes. I would love some cherry tomatoes. Oh, that's the one thing. Like, talk about going back to overwhelm. I'll tell you in a second. Let me just drop this link. What happened to me just the other day? What I discovered. Just so frustrated. Copy it. All right, I'm gonna drop it, and I'm gonna drop it on this side. Oh, weird. This has not progressed. What is going on? It's showing me talking to you. Oh, I don't know why it does that with YouTube side. It doesn't progress if I click away from it. It's really weird. Oh dear. Really? Storms? Is that what they're saying? I do want to know though. I want to know who set the fires. Do you notice that they're just going to the talk of the winds from Dora? Did it? What were they blowing on? Did anybody catch like what they're blowing on? Peru's had some weird stuff though. I wouldn't be calling it aliens. Some of their, if you ever look at some of their drawings and pre-Columbian drawings, maybe some fallen angels. Maybe some demonic activity. Right? We could not care less about. Yeah, that was for the next generation. What's up? You're so funny.
It's me. I'm always waiting. When is she going to send the link? When is she going to send the link? I got to push the button.
It's funny. I'm so glad you feel that way. Yay.
I just need to talk to real people. Not just my chickens.
I know. I think my husband's like, you had enough energy to get on. I'm like, they're my friends. I need friends. I need people to talk to.
They're all my best friends. I know. It's like that's when I'm talking to my family, I do the same thing. I go, oh, well, I was just talking to Larks the other day, and la 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 la, and I was just talking to South Florida Sunshine. I just was, they're like, Ma, are you going a little bit wonky? No, these are my friends. Like, they're good people, and they are so supportive. And it's like, you can come and you can say, I have a hangnail, and they'll go, we're going to pray for you.
We will pray for you, girl. It'll be good. God right. will take care of that.
Exactly.
That's right. Oh my goodness. These are tacos. Me too.
Yeah, but you have to say it slow. These are tacos.
Oh. I thought she was receiving them, and that's just like, these are tacos?
Oh.
Ew. And they have like little things like coming out of them.
That's right. Well, she doesn't have a question mark.
No. So. I read into it, as I always do.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was like, when I traveled in a foreign country, and and they don't speak the language, and I will speak slower for them, and I'll ask them to repeat. I go, could you repeat it again? And they'll say it just as fast. And so I was thinking that Larks was giving the tacos to the aliens, and these are tacos for you.
Probably. She probably was.
Yeah.
I think you probably interpreted it correctly.
I maybe it did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. I don't know.
Larks, you gotta help us out here. I think Diva got it right.
I think we
speak grammar. I don't do grammar. I have dyslexia. I don't do grammar.
Stephanie, that is so correct. Oh, anyone ever notice the words within Alien? Lie.
Hmm.
Very,
Interesting.
very cool. That's
Mhm.
brilliant.
That is. In comes and in comes Howie greeting everybody as Earthlings. Hey, Howie. Your timing's impeccable. Yeah, right? Glenn, I got a couple questions myself. I'd like to hear what yours are.
Yeah. Well,
Good to see you, Howie. Good.
yesterday when we were traveling to my gig, I
Mm.
kept thinking it was 4:45 that I started, and there was terrible traffic. We were an hour and a half out to this place,
Oh,
and then I looked on the thing and said, "No, it's 5:45." And then, I had two of my kidults with me, and so we're chatting about it, but I kept losing my time. And
yeah.
then at one point my daughter goes,
I like it, Glenn.
okay, you can't mouth anymore. No more mouthing from you. So it was basically no more allowed to speak because you're just screwing up and you don't know time, mom. So yeah, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
how
My
is
daughter.
Howie the Ford food
Yeah.
forest permaculture? Oh, okay.
Howie's Food Forest Permaculture. Yeah. I was waiting to say his name. Yeah,
That's
Glenn, what plants you got? What plants y'all got? Mm-hmm. Tell me. There's probably like we'll eat you, Glenn. It'll probably be like, Little Shop of Horrors. That's where it came from, I think, was an alien planet.
yes,
I think it
yes.
did. I just gotta make sure I'm grabbing the right one.
Tissue.
Yeah.
So to talk about burnout, about getting burnt out,
Yeah.
and you're
Yeah.
burnt out.
And well, I think I am kind of burnout. I think burnout can catch up with you. Um, because you go through grief and it's kind of on top of the burnout and you don't realize you're burnout too. Like there's both going on until the grief starts to lift and you're like, shit, why do I still not feel like doing anything? Like I'm just like don't want to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But I do. Like there's part of me that does and I get motivated and then it's like you hit a wall and you hit a wall and I'm like, I just don't have it in me to push through all these walls right now. I
Nope.
just don't feel it.
Conversation in my head today while I was out, it was like, okay, so next year you should set up XYZ so that you actually don't hit this wall
Mm,
and that you continue and so that things would be better,
yeah.
I'm watching Larks right now, and like she is literally a machine on all her preservation. I keep bringing stuff in and it's like, you know okay, tonight we're throwing zucchini. Zucchini is going into almost everything, and it's like the tomatoes. We're putting tomatoes. Anybody here? We're eating cucumber. Just grab onto a cucumber. I need this food to be eaten because I don't want to process it. I'm
Yeah.
so avoiding, and it's like, Maureen, you just have to get up and start processing.
Hmm. That's
Mm,
where I want a big freezer for whenever I have a big garden that comes in. But you still have to chop some of the stuff up.
yeah, but
Burnout
this
is
is.
definitely, let me see
Oh
what
yeah, go
she
ahead.
wrote. Let me put it up. It's definitely real. Yeah. Yeah. Remember to breathe. And yeah. I think I with the little one, I get my breath taken away. I want to start something and then he's got me going in a different direction. So
Yeah,
there's that too that I'm dealing with. And yeah. And then I've got the gardening, but I've also got the cleaning out. I've got to do, I'm like, it's more like my brain is playing volleyball, like which is more important. And then you've got your daily tasks, like you said, that you've got to deal with.
yeah,
Hey,
and
little piece of
and
heaven farm. Good to see you.
and and ultimately, though, what has to come first is you and your family.
Yeah.
That's what has to come first because it's the same thing when you're in the airplane. You put your mask on first. And so if you're not putting your mask on, then you're no good to anybody, right? And then
True.
you've got to go and start putting the masks on your family.
Hmm.
And
That's true.
then the other things can be taken care of.
It's true. That's true. That's a good point. I won't get backed up. That is actually a path. Yeah, the path. Yeah, it can be definitely. and then to burnout. Yeah, and I pushed through. I remember, um, and like Mama Al was dealing with Junior when my dad was ill and going up there. I remember feeling the same way. Like I couldn't sit. I couldn't even sleep when I was up there. It was just so bad. Because I had Malachi was up to all hours. By the time he went to bed, I wanted a little time to myself. Then I had my mother coming out and like, why don't you just go to bed? I'm like, because Dad will be out here any second, wandering out of the room. It's okay,
Yeah.
Mom. Why don't you rest and we'll see what happens. And sure enough, I'd get ready to go to bed, like, okay, he's not going to come out of the room tonight. And sure enough, he'd get up and
Yeah.
want to go wander. So but I remember that, and it caught up with me. When I got home, I was exhausted, thankfully. Got home and it was near a weekend and I was able to get a little rest. But yeah, there's definitely some times where you keep going because you don't want to get behind. And I knew I couldn't get behind there because I had no support system. It was basically I was the support system for everybody. It
Right.
was crazy. It was crazy. But
Right.
even here, it's the same thing. Like, okay, I am behind now. How do I dig my hole? Like out of this hole that I feel like I'm in.
Yeah.
And then you get sick and it's like,
Yes.
oh, come on.
Yes.
Like, really?
Yes.
It's just, but it was like more or less looking for things like ways out of burnout and also talking about there's burnout and there's also depression. And it's a real thin line and you really have to know, like, I know it's not depression. I'm getting up out of bed and I'm doing the things and I want to do the things. Like sometimes I don't, like right now I'm sick. But you really have to get help when it becomes like depression and you're not getting out of it. And that was the thing was my depression was lifting and then it was like, well, now I'm overwhelmed. I've got all this stuff to do. And then it was like trying to get through it and then Malachi we're dealing with Malachi, like, not getting a medicine, like, that he needs and dealing with he's gotta get back in therapy, and it was just, like it felt like it just kept building over top of me, you know?
Yeah.
And then I
And then you
finally
can't breathe.
yeah, and then you can't breathe, exactly, then you need to take a moment and just breathe and get oriented again.
Yeah.
Um,
Howie
what
says,
kind
take
Go
your
ahead.
shoes off and feel the earth under your feet. So to go grounding outside is what Howie's saying.
Oh, yeah, I've done that, Howie. It makes me tired sometimes. Plus, we have a dog, and I wanna always find, like, the best spot to do it in case she beat me to that spot, you know? I'm always like it's hard to relax when you have a little puppy that likes to just dart off and go. I try to get my daughter, like, "Take her over here, only here."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I just don't wanna be standing in, you know,
Yeah.
pee. It's not
Yeah.
near my garden area, like, she won't go near, but yeah,
Yeah.
out in the grass area where I can ground myself, different.
Yeah.
'Cause my garden area, I have big, mulch. I have mulch, and that doesn't
Awesome.
feel good. It does
Awesome.
not yeah, doesn't feel good.
Well, for me, I've got chicken poop all over the yard. So
So, yeah, there you go.
there's
Yeah,
chicken poop everywhere.
very grounding and gross. Gross. Volunteer
Mhm.
cucumbers turned out to be cantaloupe. Oh my goodness, how funny. Ooh,
Woohoo!
that's awesome, though. Yeah, they
Mm-hmm.
are similar. I agree. On your back, hide your cats. Too funny. Yeah, Stephanie Joe. And that's the thing too, is if I didn't have Malachi, I probably could get on top of this stuff. But Malachi is now 9 and he needs that extra help. Aw.
Oh, okay. We'll see you later, Howie.
Oh, good night, Howie. Trying to save them. In fact, I have my basil seeds I have to somehow put through what do you call that? The mesh, like wire mesh, to separate them
Mm.
out from their little seed pods. I
Did you
was
write on your bag about what those seeds are?
No, I know. I think I did, but I know the site of them, what they are. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do.
good,
Woo. And what year?
good. Because
I didn't
that's
see it.
my problem is I'll put them on. They're in a little on a dish, and I'll go. I'll remember what those are. No problem.
Is that how you
Six
ended
months,
up with
six
weird
months later,
squash?
there's 4 or 5 different seeds there. You're like, I don't know which one those are. I don't know.
Plant them and find out.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly. And then you
now
have
you go
what's
ahead.
going on in my yard.
That's all right. What's going on in your yard is awesome. Trying to get anything complete with a very distracting human in your care. It's quite, yes, it is quite the struggle. Thank you. Thank you for hearing me. I think that's why
Hmm.
we come together is we just want to be heard. Just
Yeah,
and have people that can actually talk back to us in our language.
yeah, yeah. And not always give advice. Just go. Yep, it's tough. And also, the
Mhm.
thing is that you're seeing, we're all seeing that there's many of us that are feeling the same way.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying, okay, well, it's not depression because you're getting out of bed. And so then, because I was thinking for the last few weeks, I think I've hit this wall of depression. But you go, no, you are getting up out of bed.
Yeah.
You're getting out of bed very late in your day,
Yeah.
but
Well, it can still be depression if you're getting out of bed, but you also are dealing with grief. You just told us about going to visit your parents and the difficulty of that and how it might be kind of the last time. Is that what you said? The last
Mhm.
time? Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
well, I never know. Like at
yeah.
their ages and the way, one of
Yeah.
them could fall.
Yeah.
And basically, in this day and age, it's if you have to go to the hospital, you basically are going to the hospital to die. That's not a place to go get well, like with what's going on in our world
Right.
now.
Yeah.
If you end up there, chances are,
Yeah.
you're not going to get the care. There isn't the staffing. There's
Hmm.
all those things that you have to deal with.
Hmm.
So I'm not trying to be gloom and doom, but I'm just trying to be realistic that
Yeah.
that might have been my last time to hug my mom.
Oh, I hope not. I really,
No,
truly hope
I
not.
hope not too.
But I mean, there's some grief there of when you come home from your parents and they are that age, there's grief because
Yeah,
it's not what it used to be. They are not capable of being the people they used to be. And then there's those thoughts too. So of course, yeah, that's a lot to deal with.
yeah,
That that can create like I think an emotional overwhelm because even as adults, we haven't maybe necessarily been down that road. Just like
yeah,
how teenagers get when they have their first breakup.
yeah,
They haven't been through it. It's absolutely horrible. They're
yeah.
never going to live again. You know, it you
It's
know,
over
and
for me forever.
over forever. I'll never meet anyone else. But it is a different type of grieving when it's your parents because you won't have them again.
No,
It's
no,
totally different. So it's
no.
totally understandable to be down or but that's normal. It's depression when it continues and continues and continues and doesn't lift and you really can't get things done. You can't do anything. But you're going out in your garden and you're watering your plants and stuff. Today I was like, "You know what? Let's see if you survive because I'm not going out there.
You're on your own.
You're
Okay.
on your own. Let's see
Me
how
and the
you do."
family, we're trying to survive in here. You guys try to survive out there.
That's right. My husband I probably will go out and water the coffee plant because my husband's like, "You have this plant over here? It's not looking so great." I'm like,
Mm.
"Is it potted on the patio?" "Yeah, it's in a pot." I'm like, "Jeez, please just be more."
Good
So I
night,
have to go.
Stephanie.
Night, Stephanie Joe. It can be debilitating, P2E, for sure. And then, like, if you have any kind of stuff that's in the family where you have depression or you have like I have a half sister, she's bipolar. So that always scares the crap out of me. Like, is what okay? And what I'm feeling? Is this like that kind of depression? And then you see all the drug commercials and you're like, okay, is it that kind of depression? Like, but it was grief. I lost my mother and it when you lose both your parents, if you've had a somewhat like, I had a decent childhood, it was my siblings that made it really difficult, and then my parents not
Right,
knowing how to deal with my siblings and their
right.
problems. But it it's like, I'm an orphan. What the I'm 50 how did I get to be a 52-year-old orphan? This is the weirdest it's horrible, and it's weird at the same time because you never think that's what it's gonna feel like. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But So yeah, I check myself P2E a lot because I can't afford to basically my half sister wrote a note on herself to her husband, like, "You need to take me into the hospital," and just laid in bed with the note on herself. Like, she wasn't committing suicide, but she was like, "You need to take me in. I can't talk about it no more. Just take me." And,
Wow.
yeah. But she also had a different life. I have a husband that does a lot around the house, like, uh he really does try and help knowing that I have the fibro, stuff like that.
Right.
Survival of the fittest, how fit are these plants? Yes, exactly. Exactly, exactly. But, I mean and not to even, say anything negative about bipolar, it's just I'm checking myself because I wanna make sure I'm getting the right treatment if, God forbid, it's hitting me. Because if it's in the bloodline, I have to always make sure, um I don't get to that place where I have to write a note on myself or, I'm home with just Malachi and I am just done. I don't want to ever do that. Yes, I recently found and suppressed depression because oh, I am so sorry, P2E. I am so sorry. That's a lot to deal with. But at least it sounds like you are getting help, I hope, since you found that out. So you found that out. I hope that means you're getting help and um, you can, talk to someone. I did just find out about, and I would love to see if it actually works. And Larks is like our girl who would know about this. Um, I just, much love to you, P2E. It's from my heart to yours because I've been depressed and gotten through it, and then still, it's like, okay, is this depression again, or is this just I'm overwhelmed and I'm kind of burnt out about
Mhm.
being overwhelmed,
Mhm.
you know?
Mhm.
Oh, good. Okay. P2E. Well, they have this, and I don't know if you can get it where you're at P2E, and I think it's ketamine does it sometimes too. They'll do ketamine therapy, but they actually, from what I read about it, is it SGB? I want to get the initials right. SBG. They basically are giving you an injection. Um, Something about the ganglia. Hold on. I am so not a doctor. Do not take this as any kind of doctor stuff. This is something I
I
found accidentally when I was actually looking for stuff on hyperactivity. And um, it's basically a reset. It's a sympathetic nervous system reset. SGB, it's called SGB. Um, and they are basically resetting you with and it's not for psychological trauma yet, it's for pain. It's called the stellate ganglion block, and they basically use local anesthetics, and it's injected into that area, the stellate ganglion, which is a collection of sympathetic nerves located in the neck that helps regulate many involuntary functions such as heart rate, blood pressure, sweating. And then it says for years has been recognized as an FDA approved pain relieving treatment, which I suffer with chronic pain. Um, and it has been used off label to treat symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression
mm,
because it helps regulate the brain's overactive sympathetic nervous system and a reset and the fight flight response to its baseline. Now, it doesn't always work for people, I imagine, but it does work for some, but they usually sandwich it with stuff, My depression's at causing and choose but to reach out and start. Good. I'm so glad you did reach out. I'm so glad you did reach out. And that's hard too. Like, cause I've reached out before to just when I was going through the loss of my dad and then my mom coming here. And I got a Christian counselor who was probably a younger Christian than I was. Basically, well, if you would just read this verse,
ugh.
And it was like, yeah, I've kind of already read it. And I know what you're trying to say, and I appreciate you so much. But do you have somebody who's actually a certified Christian counselor? I like, yeah, not somebody who just maybe got a certificate from the church. I need somebody who's got a little bit more professional background. Um, but yeah.
We got another new one in the room.
Hey, Aiden here. Good to see you. I'm still a little
I've never
icky.
seen them.
Glad you got it. Yes, total kudos that you recognized it.
And then up above there, Lark's also said,
Oh, I
learn
like
to
that.
say no.
Just saw
That's
it.
my tip of the day. When you are at your limits, it's okay to say no. No to appointments, people, obligations.
Yeah. Yeah. I said no to my plants today. And as a YouTube gardener, it's
Right,
like
because even when
I
you
feel
throw,
like the biggest hypocrite, but oh well.
that's the other thing you have to throw in there where we've talked about it before, because you go, well, you're the creator of the script, you're the star, you're the videographer, you're
Yeah.
the
It's true.
makeup artist. Like it's like, do I look, are my fingernails clean? You know,
Only
we
if
did
you're
an
making food. If you're in the
yeah,
garden, who cares?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I still even when I'm in the garden, if I hold something up and I'll take a video of it, and then I'll go, oh, so then I'll turn it around to go, because
Done
like
that.
I don't even want you to see me holding this potato with my dirty fingers, like just, oh, hey, Mama Owl,
Hey, Mama, what's up?
hoot hoot.
Mama Al, I can put the link in if you feel like coming up too. But yeah, I actually sent what I found, like going back to that possible treatment, and I said that to my husband tonight. I said, this is probably out of pocket. Quotes I've seen are 1,000, 1,500. Um, but if it would just manage my pain, that's no medications monthly. That I wouldn't have to deal with that. Plus, it would manage my pain.
Mm-hmm.
And I could get more, like, I don't know, down on the ground with my son would be great. Like, I can barely do that. If I get down, I can't get back up.
Get it back up. Yeah,
It's really hard to get back up.
yeah. I
Okay,
was
I'll drop it.
I was
Go ahead.
doing a diclofenac, which I think it's in the Voltaren family, but I was doing a suppository because I
Oh,
just
sounds
couldn't.
fun.
Yeah, I just couldn't take anything else. Like it was like,
Yeah, yeah,
when you're taking, meds to stop pain, over time, like you go, okay, my stomach
yeah,
feels like it's burnt out.
yeah.
And so we moved to those, and that was actually something that actually did help
Oh,
with my fibromyalgia.
okay. It's called
Mhm.
diflucanac?
Diclofenac.
Di
Diclofenac.
Diclofenac. I don't think
Yeah,
I've ever heard of that one.
yeah, but it's in the Voltaren family, I believe.
Voltaren sounds familiar. I just
Yeah, like
know.
Voltaren is an Emgel, like they talk about. It's for,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I knew I had heard that name before. I
Voltaren.
I have
It's
the
the
generic.
aliens.
I have the generic Voltaren. There she
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
There's our
Hey,
mama owl. Oh, sweet tea going off, or is that just straight up Jack Daniels?
No, that's sweet tea. That's sweet tea. I haven't hit quite yet the limit to start drinking.
That's good.
I've earned it though. I've earned it, but
yes,
You
not
you
have
yet.
have.
earned it. You have earned it. You've actually that was inspired by you that you haven't hit that yet, and I'm so happy for you. I think a lot of that is prayer, too, and also you're just ornery and,
Yep,
strong. You're
yep.
really strong.
Ornery, snorky, set in my ways, old. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
that's all right.
plus, I can't drink because I have to keep an eye on Junior.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's right. I can't drink because it doesn't mix well with my medications. Throws and jars. Hey, Morgan, good to see you. Snuck right
Lordy,
past.
if I drink, there's no telling what's liable to get cooked in this house.
Oh my gosh, you're too funny. Too much. That's yeah. If I drink, I'll
Yeah,
just go to sleep.
I'm hot
There's,
now.
you're doing great for all that you're carrying.
Oh,
You're doing great. Oh, is that mine or yours?
Um,
Do you guys have
my
storms tonight?
friend, you don't know what store.
Oh, this is
I
just
haven't even
not.
had time to look at the radar yet.
Yeah, something's going on.
I'm
And
in the
that might be.
shed of many names at the moment because I couldn't compete with the central heat and air unit because that thing's been going all day.
Oh,
Oh,
it bothers you.
No, y'all won't hear me.
Oh, it's cutting in and out. We don't have.
Crap. It's probably
They might be playing games and pulling it. Maybe Mama Owl go out and come back in and see if that'll reset it. You want to try that? Or you got it?
oh no, she's frozen.
She's totally frozen.
It looks very frozen.
Yeah, she come back in, hopefully.
Need a new connection.
No, I think Almost Homesteading, they have the Shed of Many Names there for her and Junior, or like for her to do her videos. She'll do them in there. Yeah, it's the connection. We were just talking about that. Yeah, calm crap. Mama Al taught me that name instead of Comcast. It's calm crap. Yeah, I have that. I have I do have that.
And Saints,
generic.
yeah, or the Voltaren.
I have the generic Voltaren, and
But that's a cream again, right?
It's it's the cream.
Yeah,
I don't know how it would work. Is it like, well, I mean, I know how a suppository works, but I mean, it seems like that's a new thing because they used to have it so you couldn't put that on your back even. You could only put it on like your knees, like certain joints.
Joints, right. Yeah, well, there is a diclofenac that is also tablet form, and my husband, when he had cancer, he was taking that form, and I kept, yeah, but it was like, again, when you're taking handfuls of pills, it's hard on the digestion. And so if you can have something that you can go up to help with the pain, but not actually causing, more disruption to the digestion.
Yeah. So, that might help for sure. I'd like to just do away with it all if that thing would work. That would be great. If that, but that's what we were saying. Like, just at first he's like, I could tell he's like, click, 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 thinking of the money. And it's like, because we just have him working. And I'm like, yeah, but think of the money we'd save monthly, and your wife would be without pain, so I could do more. Like, I would be able to help more and maybe actually figure out YouTube a little bit better. So I could, that's one thing. You guys are so inspiring. I have to say, you and Larks and Almost Homesteading, Mama Owl, just so inspiring. Hey. And
can you hear me?
Yes, that's better. You had to move closer.
That's not too loud, y'all.
It's okay. It's fine.
And I got the halo that makes me look bald-headed. I have hair, folks, I promise.
Yes, she does. We can vouch for her. She has hair. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the signal's so much better. Is it because when you're in the shed, the metal roof, maybe?
Yep, it's the whole metal building.
Oh, right. Okay.
And plus, it is a shed of many names. There might be a vortex in there somewhere. Who knows?
It could be. Could be. I didn't get a chance to watch your squirrel videos before because of trying to get Malachi to bed and hop in the shower.
Yeah, it's the first of 4. They get better. They get better.
Oh, good, good. I haven't seen it either yet. I think I was outside for most of the day, and then
finally
came in to dinner.
I wish
it's just her halo because she's an angel.
Yes. Oh, I know. I never went back to it.
Don't you be telling people that. They're going to expect me to behave then.
Well,
We didn't
what,
say which group of
what
angel.
kind of angel you were, you
Yeah, I
know?
didn't. We didn't say that. Which group of angel you hung
Yeah,
out with?
you know.
If you were
I'm that
caught in
one.
between.
I'm that angel that has to have the horns to keep the halo spinning correct. And
Okay,
see,
you
as it
dual.
spins, the horn shines them up. So, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
maybe the vortex where the aliens are coming from. Almost homesteading said.
Oh, no, there better not be no aliens around here. I'm going to go shooting. I don't want to find out. I ain't taking no chances of finding out if they're friendly or not. No thanks. I'm good.
well, Larks is giving
Understand.
them tacos, so
I think I
she's
did
always.
it, Barry. Barry
Yeah.
just told me about the feature for background noise. Go ahead and talk, Mama Al.
No,
It's
I'm
still there.
fine. Oh,
Yeah.
when y'all were talking about dirty fingernails. Yeah, mine look dirty most of the time, but they're stained because my soil is really rich. Now I'm playing with elderberries, or I'm
Mm.
doing something that stains my fingernails.
Yeah, I
But they-
figured when I see like anything like that, I can kind of tell the difference from being an artist, and also we had a lady that came in and made those flowers for the bride for the wedding cakes, like the
Yep,
paste, like sugar paste. And
yeah,
hers were like India ink all the way around. And I was
Oh
like,
yep.
wow.
"Oh, are you an artist?" And then she told us, she's like, "Oh, I make all those real life looking flowers." And she said, "That's the like dyes in them
Right.
is
Yep.
what's here." So you can kind of tell the difference when people are messing with stuff, and it's that, you know,
Well,
I'm
it
not.
looks like I have dirty fingernails, especially if I dig in my soil because it's dark black. Yeah,
Wow.
it stains, and it looks just like I just got compacted dirt under my fingernails.
Hmm. Well, I have to say I have now 2 beds that have the stupid root knot nematodes. My brand new soiled
To get
beds.
some,
Oh no.
you're going to
Yeah.
have to get good nematodes.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get them, but before I get the good ones, the rustic gardener, he does a soil drench of the neem with peppermint. And he said, it is going to possibly kill some of your earthworm eggs. He said, I will let you know that. He goes, but they will reproduce quite quickly for you. And this will take care of knocking back like the nematodes and all the other non beneficial things that are in that soil. And
Right.
he does it, I guess, with his beds, with certain beds every year where he has issues or has had issues with things hatching out after
What
winter.
what what happens when you have the nematoids in your soil?
The nematodes will actually reproduce in the roots of these specific ones are called root knot nematodes, and they make the roots look all knotted and like thick and gross.
Oh,
That's their young they're putting their young in your roots. They're basically
wow.
making babies in the roots, and then it slows down or kills the plant that it's
Plants.
all jumbled up in. And I noticed that the tomatoes started to look sickly, and I was like, "They were doing so good. What the heck?" When I pulled them, you should have seen, so fat. Like, they were really making a lot of babies in that one, and I'm like, "Shoot."
Wow.
I'm
Yeah, they
sure
will
you
kill your
did.
plants, eventually kill your plants.
I know what you said. You didn't say shoot.
At 53, we know certain words, and sometimes at 53, we can't. It just bloop, bloop,
Just comes
comes
out.
out.
Just
I'm just
natural.
Yeah,
just
because
don't
when you
want.
hit that certain age, all those, certain things just fly away.
Oh my gosh, yes. And poor my husband's around cursing men all day, and he's like so happy to come home, and it's like not like that. And it's calm, and then he'll hear his wife all of a sudden, like something will fall on my foot, and something would slip out, and he'd be like, "Oh, look at
Oh,
me." What? I'm like, "I'm sorry. I'm not, I didn't grow up in a nunnery. What do you come on. It
uh,
happens. Like they're there in there somewhere. And,
That's a heart attack around me. I graduated around uh, uh, a sailor base.
oh wow.
Navy.
And your husband's a trucker. Right.
Yeah.
Well, he was a
And
trucker.
Junior the trucker. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds like a trucker.
Yeah.
My mom took my
I'm
mom took
getting
me to
better.
yeah,
I'm getting better.
yeah.
But yeah.
It's hard. Especially I have to be good around Malachi. I'm so afraid he's gonna haul off and say the F bomb word. Like,
Oh, well, young ones pick it up faster than anything. You have to tiptoe around them.
mhm,
No
mhm.
kidding. No
And his
kidding.
is like a delayed. So it's like you think you've gotten away with it, like, oh good, he didn't hear. And then he's playing with the toy and you'll hear and then you'll know, oh no, that is not what. And he even said one day, and I swear this is what he said. He's because my daughter was right there and witnessed it. Was and I think I might have told you guys this. Like I shit my pants. I was like, I looked at my daughter and I'm like, you did you heard that? And she's like, and we both just were like, because that's not a common phrase. Like, how did he put that? That is what that is, and yeah. Sailor.
They're smarter than you think they are. Very
Yeah.
smart.
Mm. Aid. Carol goes into yeah, right. I don't think so. Maybe when I was
You
dating
went
a
in there and said,
firefighter.
shit.
Maybe when I was dating a firefighter. Oh, night, Glenn. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Glenn told me that it's funny that really patriotic, really is what I think. A song actually has gone viral on TikTok. Um, he found the video. I gotta see who put it out. I can't play it because then they'll get me. If I do. Oh, good. Okay. He sent me his short, but it's well. I'll play. I can play just a short clip of it real quick. Hold on. This man. It reminds me of the music of. I guess it was maybe the 60s and 70s, maybe even before that, where they tell
All
a
right.
story with their music. It's a specific genre. Hold on. Come on. And his voice is so, I love his voice. Reminds me of bluegrass a little bit, but he doesn't have the harmonies. I won't play it anymore because but it's called Richmond, north of Richmond, like Richmond, Virginia.
Sounds kind of like bluegrass in a way.
It does. That's what I said. Remind me of bluegrass, doesn't it? It's beautiful. Like even his guitar. It's gorgeous. But his name is Oliver Anthony. Richmond, north of Richmond. I'll put it in. And yeah, it's so soulful. But yeah, it's controversial too, of course. Or the tube, so I don't know if they'll end up
Everything pretty much
taking it down.
controversial.
Yeah, the tube.
Yep.
Because they kind of rule over the U of the tube. I just wonder when that other one that people have fled to. Folk music. Thank you, Larks. I couldn't think of it. Folk music. Yes, it reminds me the way he's writing of folk music. And yeah, what was I gonna say? I just drew a brain fart. Brain fart just fell into my brain. Sorry. I was gonna put his name up.
I thought
Anyway.
that was a burp.
What? What burp?
Yeah, we know how you like to accuse the sun. It was going a different sun burp.
That's right. It was a sun burp. With those few brain cells I had activated tonight. Just whoop. Took them right away. There we go. Yeah, I haven't heard any. That's the thing too, is I don't listen to music that much anymore. I'm so like anything I turn on, the little man is all over it and wants to put his stuff on. Like if I turn the TV on to watch my friends and give them hours, he has to take it back and watch Curious George or like, Elmo or something. I'm like, no, it's not Elmo's turn yet. No, it's mommy's turn. Yeah, that doesn't go over too well with the little boy with autism.
Mhm.
But yeah, you'll like the song, but if you don't like politics, it's a little political, but not really. Like it really, for the working man right now, they're really struggling, and woman,
Mhm.
to meet their bills, and like just
Yeah,
talking
well,
about that struggle of the rich men don't care who are running
yeah,
this country. They're
yeah,
lining their pockets with money
yeah. Well,
and
that's the thing that, in music all along, but heavily in the 60s, you had the voices of reason. The singers were going out there
Mhm.
and they were
Yeah.
saying what was going on, and they
Yeah.
were, going, let's go against the man. But it's like,
Yeah.
it's funny how these last 3 years, did you hear one song that went out there? Like all the musicians, no, or like, sure, underground
The
people,
pop people,
nothing
no
was
way.
coming out and saying, what's going on is wrong.
Yeah.
This is wrong. And we need to stand up against the
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Nope.
What's funny
Because
is they've
money,
twisted them all.
they
Yeah,
get
with
money
money.
coming from them big companies too much, and
Mhm.
they're
Yep.
too
Yep.
scared.
Yeah.
Yep. We have
Everybody's
to.
been brainwashed, and
Yeah.
people don't stand up like they used to. And a
Yeah.
lot of it has to do with all the soy being pumped into the food.
Yeah. That, and they do the whole false flag things that basically show you if you do this, then this will happen to you.
Yeah.
Or even the real things like happened up in the, country where Marine is next to, where the truckers got their accounts wiped out and locked up because they
Yeah.
were going against the man.
Yeah. Or even people that gave a friendly donation. Like, and it didn't even have to be that it was a lot of money. It was like, it was a single mom, and they had the right to go and shut all her accounts down. And it's like, I have bills to pay. It's like, I don't know what she gave, but it's like $50. I gave $50. Nope. You're, this is a
You're
terrorist thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all they have to say is that we're
Yeah.
the
Yep, that's the
terrorists if
only
we.
word they have to use.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah. And even like, in again, in this province in particular, there was the doctor that was speaking out,
Hey,
and
Gandalf.
from a very small town. And that town suddenly burst into flames.
Yep.
And and I think it was to my story I make up is that it was to teach a lesson to others, that doctors that might want to say something a little bit different.
Mhm.
And
There's
uh
that.
Mhm. Yeah.
and
Agree.
and since that's come, it's like, oh, there was it started because of a train. And it's like, yeah, there was explosives on it, and it's poo. You're harming other people at that point.
Yeah.
And then, but the story that they are saying, that again, it was the heat and the train going by, that it sparked on the tracks, and that's what started the fire. You go, I'm sorry, that train has been going down that
Yep.
track for how many years and has never sparked. And we've had hot summers, we've had all sorts of things. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Well,
thing. You're hearing even in Maui where they're not talking about what sparked the fire. They're talking about what blew it across the island. They're
yep.
saying, "Oh, that was Dora. Dora did that. That blew it all across the island and made it impossible to contain."
That's an arsonist,
Yeah, it
or
is.
somebody's got yeah, a beef with somebody. That's just like for the last 7, 8 years, you don't hear much about it. They haven't been talking about it a whole lot. A lot of your holistic doctors, nurses, and so on have been, just dying all of a
Yeah.
sudden. Yeah, it's getting over 150 now. Perfectly healthy people just dropping of a heart attack, or
Mhm.
family is assassinated, or oh, the best one, it was self. What was it? Suicide, and
Suicide.
then yeah, and then they
Mhm.
killed the family. And I'm going, no, I ain't believing that. There
Yeah.
was, there's still holistic doctors that are gone undercover hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've heard that too. That's
Yeah.
just terrible. Makes me nervous just for the ones that we have
That's
here.
just like the woman that was reporting on all of it. She just miraculously come up with two almost death cases of food poisoning. Because I would have
Whoa.
learned on the first one. Don't go out to eat.
No.
It's easy to get you. It is
Yeah.
easy. All you gotta do is follow you, know your patterns.
Mhm.
And then
Yeah.
it
Exactly.
happened second time. Both times like to kill her. Yeah.
Yeah.
They tried
Can
to
you
offer.
imagine though that like for her, how that must be like even to just if you're being, you're being followed to be able to get to a grocery store and get food.
Yep.
And then you just think like I'll order in
Oh, she
like,
was going out to eat. They got her in the restaurant.
oh shoot. Yeah,
Wow.
that's not good.
So you can't tell me the same person's gonna get
Mm-mm.
life-threatening food poison twice
Yeah.
at
That
two
Yeah.
happened
different
to
restaurants.
the leader of the country that starts with an R. His
Yep.
opposing person got deathly like poisoned and he made it. He was okay. And I don't know if he ended up going back to that country, which I guess he had to because he was somewhere else when it happened. They got to him, went back to the country, and yeah, he's not with this living world anymore.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Mama Al, have you had like I don't know, are you still in the middle of burnout, or are you still kind of maintaining with adrenaline? Um, that you haven't kind of hit your where you hit the bottom. Do you know what I mean?
But
Like where you just
She
I'm not
refuses
allowed
to hit a bottom. She's not allowed to, yeah.
to. No,
that is
I'm
not
not
allowed
joking.
But have you
in the
ever, like,
contract.
have you ever hit the bottom? Like, I know what that feels like when you're like, "No way, I can't. There's too
Yeah,
many people
yeah.
Let
relying
me.
on me. I
I'm
can't,
gonna,
I can't,
I'm
I
gonna cut the cam off just a minute. I'm gonna still talk. I
can't."
gotta
Okay.
have breathing treatment.
Okay.
But yes,
Yeah,
I have hit the bottom before.
yeah,
It was at a really bad time that I don't talk much about. And when people say, have mental breakdowns
Mhm.
and you feel things snapping inside, yeah, that had started because I had done been pushed as far as I could possibly be pushed, and I had fought and fought, and
Mm.
I just insanely started crying. You can feel like the little strings snapping. And then I just stood up, quit crying. I'm like, "Well, I cannot do this. I'm not allowed to do this." And I
Yeah.
stopped I stopped that mental breakdown right there. But yeah,
Yeah.
wow.
I have been to the bottom. I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nobody should have to.
Yeah.
I've had
no.
I've had a rough life, y'all,
Mm.
and that's why there is no way in excuse French hell that
Mhm.
I want to be younger again. I
Yeah.
do not want to live this life over again.
Mm. If you could
I know
go back and perhaps change it, though, if there was ways to, um,
that's a lot of changing I'd have to do.
yeah,
A whole lot of
yeah,
change, and that would have to start with my egg donor.
mm,
Yes.
yeah, that's so
But
hard. That's so
I'm
hard.
thankful. I'm thankful for everything. Not thankful for the hell, but It's hard to
Mhm.
explain. I'm thankful for the experiences because it's made me a stronger and better woman for it.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
yeah,
wouldn't wish any of what I've gone through on anyone.
yeah, yeah,
No matter how much I don't like you, I'm not talking about y'all, but
Yeah.
yeah,
no matter how much I don't like a person, nobody deserves it.
Yeah.
mhm, yeah,
No.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's certain things I wouldn't wish on anybody,
Mm-mm.
for sure.
No.
And
Um,
But
as long as
I
y'all
know that when
understand, I wasn't talking about y'all. I was talking about
yeah,
other
no,
I,
people.
no, we knew it was in
yeah,
general is
Good.
what you meant.
but
I have a lot of people that hate me. A
Mhm,
lot.
wow, wow. Well, you also have a lot of people that love you,
mhm,
and
yep,
we all circle about you and stuff. And I was just gonna say, like when my husband was when he was dying, and like I was sleeping, I would maybe get an hour here and there, and the
yeah,
adrenaline that I was on, it was like it's like I don't need it. I all of a sudden don't need to sleep.
yeah,
And
Yep.
but there is a delirium, but where you go, I'm pretty sure I need to sleep.
yeah,
Yep.
Um, and when he passed, the nurse said, be ready for a crash. And I just looked at her and I said, I hope I get a crash.
yeah.
And the thing was is that he died 4 days before his birth, his 39th. I think it was going to be his 39th birthday.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Or no,
no.
yeah, 39th birthday. Yeah, I think no, we were already 40. 49th, I don't know. Anyway, and I had a gig booked that night on his birthday, and I kept the gig. And with him passing away, it was like, okay,
Mm,
you got to somehow keep this mortgage going, and you got to. And I actually didn't ever stop. And I don't know that I've gone through the grief properly or that I hit that burnout. Because I just kept pushing forward. It's like gig after gig after gig.
Yeah.
In it, my Christmas, and some of it, for the Christmas one, I was hitting a depression by December because this was September. So by December, I think I had 26 gigs or 20 some
mm,
odd
My
gigs,
gracious.
20 gigs before the 25th of December. So all in that time. So
oh,
sometimes two gigs
shoot.
in a day.
Mm,
And anyway, and the thing was is that with those gigs, that's what actually got me up to put a bit of makeup on, put a dress on, and go and perform. And then I come home and I go back to bed um,
mm,
to function through that. But
yeah,
yeah, like whatever this you know because I do get tired with the gardening and what's going on in my own personal life and stuff. But it's like
yeah,
this year seems um, this year seems harder, and it's just like Lark said, it's like I'm now at the point where it's just like the fresh stuff like cucumbers that we don't freeze
mhm,
well, but it's just like we're processing. Let's just put the tomatoes in because we're mostly going to make sauce, right?
yeah,
Yep.
With but it's like but all my green beans, well, again, I can put them in the freezer because I mostly just want to can them. Like it's just
mhm,
hard to. It's like
mhm,
you got to just get up and can, Maureen. It's not hard.
yeah,
Super easy. Super easy.
yeah,
Yep.
But I go, I
Boy,
don't want.
I'm
mm,
disgusted about not having my garden this year because I had
Yeah.
yeah,
all the plans.
yeah,
This is the second year my garden has been railroaded. I
yeah,
don't blame Junior for it,
Oh
yeah,
but
no, no.
the year before last, my garden got railroaded because, well, he fell off the back of the work truck and double broke
oh,
his heel bone.
I
So
remember
yeah, poor
people saying
man
that.
couldn't do nothing. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah, that's so hard. That's when I decided I wanted to garden and dad had passed, I told you guys, like, 4 months later, then goes mom with the worst stroke her 3rd one and the worst one, and so, yeah, every single fall, it seemed like same thing. I was derailed from starting, and that's when you have to start here, is you have to start actually right now this month. I'm supposed to be planning what I'm going to plant because it's got to start going in September, really. And even some stuff can go in, they say now, but I'm like, oh, they're freaking out of their minds. They're like back in maybe 2009 when it was different temperatures going on here in Florida because it's so crazy hot. There's no way it would make it. Like the little babies would not make it. Those tiny little plants would be like, no, what is this? I am not this type of plant. I am a winter plant. What have you done? I must die
Look
now.
into more of the tropical vegetables then.
Yeah, I was thinking
Things
that with the
grow in the
Asian. Mhm.
Bahamas and Cuba and stuff like that. If
Yeah,
something's that hot, they live there.
yeah. Wait, yeah, that's actually what I've been trying to do. But it's like I still like my friends are growing all this cool stuff. I want to grow it too. It's like I want to make sauces and all that. Like
Oh, I know. It's like,
Well,
yeah,
there's there's tomatoes and stuff that grow in the islands, and the
yeah.
islands get hot. They should grow. Look
Oops.
into like things around.
Well, I they do
around
have like ones that are that show up in Florida. It's just where they're
yeah,
telling us the times. I think they're still back in time. Like they didn't
yep.
update it with how hot it's really getting. But yeah, you're right. No, that's one thing that Dave the Good reminds people of here is um hold on. Oh, I'm sorry, almost I'm saying you went through it too. Um what was I saying? David the Good talks about it to people who live in South Florida, like what you just said. Think tropical. You are in the tropics. You are not the typical gardeners you're seeing on YouTube unless you are watching tropical channels. You're in the tropics.
yeah.
Especially for people who lived up north and now they're trying to put out the same plants at the same time and watching them all die or get eaten alive by bugs. They're like, but this always worked. Like, I know I'm in a different zone, but what's going on? Like, this is just what's going on? Okay, I'll
Yeah.
adjust it a little. Still gets
I think
doesn't.
some of your bugs are migrating up here because it's done got too hot down
Yeah,
there. But then they're going. I think we come to the wrong place. We still got to go north, y'all. Come on.
right. Even the
Don't come
bugs.
up to me.
It's like the bug
Oh,
railroad. Yeah, they're following the pathways to cooler weather. Because this is like
Freedom.
this. Yes, freedom. It's just like this week. Last week we've had some really nice cool days. Well, yeah, we're paying for it. We're supposed to
Yeah.
mm.
hit 96 and 98 again sometime this week. It's
Oh
coming.
wow.
I'm not going, yeah, crap. There goes that.
Yeah, we keep getting, and I know you mentioned you're getting them too. The heat advisories. We keep
Oh,
getting heat
yeah,
advisories.
we started
And they're
that
bad.
today. Yep,
Yeah,
they're back.
we're getting. I don't know if we got one yet for tomorrow or not, but we're supposed to get rain on Sunday. I know that, but the heat advisories have been nonstop, and that's like the feels like weather. Is
Yeah.
they had it one day going up to almost 130, and they're like, okay, well, they're not going to really buy that, so we probably should adjust it. The next day they did.
You're
They
like, what do
adjusted
you
it.
think we are? Do you think this is hell? You
I
130?
know, like what the
You can't live on that. Nothing can survive on that.
130.
We
There
should
was,
No,
change it a little bit. Let's change it. Let's lower it.
there
all the
was,
Texans.
I'm
Go
trying
ahead.
to remember when, I think it was 7, 8 years ago here in
Hmm.
Memphis. We were above 100 for 30 days.
Oh, that's bad.
That's brutal. Let me tell
That's
you, it was
so
brutal.
bad. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah,
I always
we got
go
up
ahead.
with humidity included, thanks to the river.
Mm.
We was feel like 118, 119. Yeah, brutal.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. 97 with the feel like 105 in Missouri today. Bless you, Duncan. Yikes.
Like I've done hot yoga at 104, and I'll go, and in my spot in the room is to be by the door because there's a crack so that I can, be laying on the floor just trying to breathe the cooler air.
True.
You
It's
know,
so true. It's hard to breathe with at those temperatures.
yeah,
It
and
is
so you go, yeah, in Missouri, it's like, I'm sorry, or is it Missouri? MO? What's MO?
Yeah.
Missouri.
Misery. I mean, Missouri.
misery, misery,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Missouri.
and so there, where can you go to get away from 105? There's no
Yeah.
little door. It's like crawl into your deep freeze, your ice chest.
Oh, who was saying that to me? Oh, it was Past McQuad who was saying that. Like, go get it in the freezer because I was having hot flashes. She's like, just go get it. I'm like, I don't have one I can get into, but I was I would.
Aw.
But then we
Oh,
got that stand-up one, and I'm like, "Oh, I'll just go open that door to my stand-up one, duh. Let me do that."
mm.
Because I was telling her
Ow.
my fridge is the pull-out drawer. Like, "Just take
I,
stuff out there and sit in it."
I don't know. I just the last few days I have just gotten eaten alive by who knows what the heck, and in the weirdest spots, and
Yeah, yeah,
for the
me
most part
too.
I'm okay, and then you're like, okay, what's this lump on my knee, on my ankle?
Mosquitoes.
Yeah,
Mosquitoes.
well,
They
the one
like
on
to
my
bite your
knee.
butt too. Mosquitoes will bite you in the crease of where your butt would meet your thigh. They'll bite you on a knuckle. They'll bite you
Yeah,
on your face. They will bite
Oh, I
you
hate it
anywhere.
on the knuckles. Leave the fingers alone.
yeah, this
Yeah.
one on my knee, it's swollen, and it does have, I almost think
Uh-oh.
it's a spider bite
Oh,
because
no.
it's got a white head on it, but it's just like, and then I'll get to this point, just at one point where it's like all of a sudden now everybody is itchy, everybody, and it's like I'm scratching the heck out of myself.
Yeah. I did that with the ant that got me, that stung me, and then later I learned that it's set up more like a wasp. They're
Oh,
called they're twig ants, and it didn't at first I thought it bit me. No, it stung me, and that's why it hurt like hell and why I swelled up like real
wow.
big and everything. It stung me.
Yeah,
And yeah, I won't underestimate those buggers again. Next
yeah.
time I go to a nursery, I will double check myself before I leave and get in the car.
Yeah, there's
Um,
Yep.
one little tiny beetle that comes, and I think somebody's talked about it on somebody's live recently. But this one will come, and it's teeny tiny, jumps onto usually somewhere on the hand, and jumps
mhm,
off, and it's
yeah.
super fast. And I will just like swell right up, like from whatever this thing is. And it's like, why are you like, what's with my wrists? And it just jumps, bites, gone, super fast, like
Huh.
not to the point where you can even kind of catch it. So I don't know what
What
that
it
kind of one is.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's the little military droid. They're testing it out. That's why. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hmm.
I wonder if
Listen,
they do.
they put cameras on the roaches in New York.
Hmm.
That's crazy. I know that they have like what was it? They have trained dolphins and they were
Yep.
trying to they were talking about there's I guess a pod of very small dolphins. Is it off Mexico? And they're almost extinct because of them doing I'm trying to think. That's why I always look up. I look up when I think. They do the net fishing.
Yep.
So they sent out the trained dolphins to try and corral those smaller dolphins away from where they were net fishing. And I guess it kind of worked a little bit,
Hmm.
but they're even putting up like cement barriers under the water to try and save these. There's only like a pod of 30 left wild. So yeah, that was interesting when they're like, yeah, they sent out the military trained dolphins. And I was like, I had heard of that, but I didn't know that for real, for real. They're for
Yeah.
Wow.
They
real.
used to have those in World War II also, where they would actually attach mines to their heads and train them to go up under ships and attach them. It's
That's
sad what they do to
crazy.
wildlife, and they have no mercy.
Yeah,
So
they
if
don't care if it
they'll do that
happens.
to animals, to wildlife, They have no
Yeah.
morals and ethics to go after humans.
Yeah.
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 That's like
It's
the
just
new dog stuff that's happening on the West Coast, and dogs are dying left and right, and they can't figure out what it is yet.
oh no. I didn't
Yeah,
hear about that.
yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
really bad. There's I can't remember the name of the. I'll have to put it a link
Okay.
later.
Okay.
Um, and they've done the panel of testing of all the things that they know that dogs can carry,
Yeah.
and it's highly contagious and it's killing dogs left and right,
Oh no.
and they
Oh
have no
no.
clue what it is. Now, I kind
Oh,
of have
so
a
it's
clue what
not
it is.
coming up on tests at all. Great.
Absolutely.
Great.
Yep.
And let's see, it's on the West Coast. That's
Yep. It's
where
on the
there's
so
certain Asian countries, right? I think.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. It's California was the first to get it. Oregon next, and it's in Washington now.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up after. That's just
There's
crazy.
there's a man
Duncan
that
was
my niece showed me that has he's an amazing man. He
mm.
bought all this land just to have a dog rescue
Oh.
so that dogs can run loose in packs like they're supposed to, go out and play and everything. Of course, now they're supervised and everything, but yeah,
That's
he
beautiful
he's lost several dogs
Oh,
because of
that's
it.
because of this thing.
Thank
Wow.
you. Hey, Gardening Warrior Q. I don't know if I even said your name out loud. Loud. Sorry, honey. Hey, it's so good to have you in here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got
losing
to
that many dogs, that is scary.
we got to stay vigilant because they're coming out with all kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know there's something that's supposed to be coming out in 25, so yeah, look forward to that one.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Woo!
The
I,
training manual is out on that one already.
mhm. Lovely.
A lot of people don't know
Good
there was
night,
a
almost
training.
homesteading. Hope you
Don't
have
look.
good dreams. Maybe after that. I don't know. I'm not sorry.
But
Almost
I do know
homesteading is
for a
cranking
fact
out the stuff.
when
Hmm.
when Millington had all this, what was it, the storms about a month ago? Yeah, we have new mosquitoes here that I've never seen before, and these things are violent.
Oh,
Wow.
lovely. Yeah,
They
you
put
guys were mentioning something about that. You and Homestead were talking about a certain type
yeah,
of mosquito. I'm like, what?
I've
Huh?
never seen these mosquitoes, and they're worse than a
He's here.
tiger mosquito could ever think about being.
Mm. Are tiger mosquitoes the ones that we already have? Like that's just the
Yeah,
typical.
yeah, the striped mosquitoes, that's the tiger mosquitoes, and they come out during the daytime, and they're fairly
Oh,
vicious, but these are way worse, and they're a whole lot bigger.
oh.
Wow.
I have to say they're usually I haven't seen stripes on them, so I have to look at them closer when they get me. But they usually like to come up and get me from behind when I'm outside. It's hard to catch them like on my arm or even on my hand. Like I hate that when they bite me on the knuckles because I'm
The
thinking
tiger
like my hand.
mosquitoes are easier to kill because you actually feel them. Because the minute they hit you, they start to bite. So
Okay.
you feel tiger mosquitoes.
Right.
Mm. Oh, that sounds pretty good, Q. I've never had kibasi though with marinara. I never mixed the two. I love kibasi though with like potatoes and green beans and like yeah, onions cooked down. Maybe some even cabbage.
Oh,
Yum.
kielbasa. Yeah, I love
Mhm.
kielbasa.
Yeah,
They're also
kibasa.
good to pickle. They're also good to pickle in eggs as well.
Oh, I've never tried that. I did have it, somebody when I was not feeling so great. Actually, it was my daughter wasn't well because I'm thinking, why would she bring me that if I was sick? It was my daughter who was sick. She made this homemade potato soup with the kibasi or kibasa. We used to call it kibasi. It was like a family way of saying it. That was incorrect, but My parents would be like, you making the kibasi? You making it? You gonna broil it? My dad
Yeah,
used to love kielbasa.
kielbasa,
Kielbasa.
kielbasa. But I think sometimes we said kubasa,
Kubasa.
kubasa.
Oh, what was that sauce you and oh, I can't think of it. It's J4. I can't think of all its letters that you guys were talking about. The Korean sauce or the
Oh,
Asian sauce?
bulgogi, bulgogi,
Bulgogi.
bulgogi sauce.
Bulgogi. I actually saw in the freezer department something with that sauce on it. And I'm like, oh, they said this. If you put that on anything, you can eat it. So let me go see. And I read it. I'm like, I can't have it. It's got, of course, the soy sauce in it. Of course.
Right, but you could make your own bulgogi sauce.
Yeah, I might look that up and try it.
Because can you have tamari?
I'm not sure. I have to look at what's in tamari.
Like, so what's in soy sauce that you can't have? The wheat?
The soy and the
Or
wheat.
the soy and the wheat.
Yeah, I use coconut aminos.
Okay, yeah, okay. So yeah, so you could use the coconut amino. Good night.
Good night, Hannah. Everybody says good night. They saw me
Good
kiss
night.
you.
Yeah, so you
Good
could use
night,
your coconut
good
aminos. Because I think with I think it's tamari, that's still a soy based, but it's not wheat based.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, there could be ways, and the
Oh, is it mom
that's my
time?
mother. Yeah, it's
Okay.
time for me to go. But you
Okay.
could the the sauce
Mhm.
that you is called gochujang,
Okay.
and it's a
Gochujang.
red pepper sauce, red pepper paste, and they use that.
In it.
Yeah, they'll use that as a base for a lot of Korean dishes, and that's just
Mm,
peppers, and it's just
yum.
delicious. You can have hot, mild, medium, crazy hot.
Gochujang. I wonder if I could make that with some of my peppers because I've been thinking about I want to make maybe like a paste with all those or something
Mm.
to just
I,
use a touch, like you said, like use a little bit.
yeah, I think with the gochujang, I think it's specific
Mhm.
types of Korean peppers that they
Okay.
use. So I don't know what they do, but it's just like whatever it is, you go, I love the taste of this pepper sauce.
Mhm.
And like I do have the Korean red pepper flakes that like when we make
Mhm.
kimchi
Oh,
that
okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
I
we
love
put those on.
kimchi.
And again, it's a different red pepper. It's not just like our
Mhm.
chili flakes.
Hey, Garrett.
It's a
Mhm.
little bit different. So
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah, that
I
makes
should
sense.
send
Yeah,
off,
go get
go and
mom.
chat with my mom, see how she's
Okay.
doing today. So
All right.
great chat with you
Thanks
ladies.
for coming
Mwah,
up.
mwah, mwah.
I love
And
See
all
you
of
you.
early.
the class.
Mwah.
Take care. Have a great night.
Go check out Deep in the Dirt, Maureen, Washington. Not Martha Washington. It's Maureen.
That's right.
She's got a great channel. Here, Brenda, I'm putting in the thing. Oh gosh. Don't mind that channel. I somehow StreamYard has got me signed up with a different email, and that's like the email is attached to a channel I never did anything with yet. That I'll change probably the name if I do. It's like a backup channel like everybody has now because of how YouTube was going through that phase where they were just clearancing channels out like we were on sale. No, I didn't read it. Gary, hold on. I'll go up. I'm sorry, I was listening. I missed a couple, and I have a full bladder too, which is terrible. Well, it makes it hard to concentrate. Garrett, I don't know where it went. I did see you said something. Hold on. So weird. I had to go. That's weird, Garrett. I just went back. Huh. Should be in my side chat.
Yep.
There it is.
All those kielbasa, I'd be canning up. I'd slice them up and can them up in some beans.
Yeah, that would be good. I
I've
have to.
also made vegetable soup with kielbasa. No, that was andouille, and canned that up too. That was
Mm,
heavy.
yum. I would like to make Oh, I did see, and I couldn't come over to the group that you did something with beignets. You said this is what you use for beignets. So I need to go back through our group and find, did you put the mix or something today?
Yeah, yeah, the
I,
homemade recipe that I use. But I also
okay.
eat and use the Cafe Du Monde uh, box mix that you can get in the store too.
Oh, okay. I don't know if
It's just as good.
yeah, I don't know if our store has it or not. They probably do during Mardi Gras. They probably.
Walmart, any, and I hate to say it, Walmart and Kroger carry them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we keep getting things with Kroger's name on it, so I don't know if they're going to come to our state or not. Like down here, I keep
Yeah.
seeing different things. Even got an ad from them, and I'm like, I have no Kroger near me. Why am I getting this? It's really weird. I did read it, Garrett, you little troublemaker, you, Mr. 420. It's 420 somewhere. Just like 5 o'clock. I'm more into the 5 o'clock somewhere and go get me a margarita. But I probably would put me to sleep now the way that I've been. I ate, what was I eating? I was having something with sugar tonight and I was like, oh, I'll just have a little bit more. And I did. And sure enough, nap attack. And I was like, oh, okay, what brings down? I had to go look up what brings down blood sugar. Let it go up a little too much. What was it? The girls loved it. Was supposed to be meals for 2, 3 days. It's gone. Oh wow. Yum. Yeah, see now that I would like the 3 cheese Alfredo with the kibasi. I would like that, but probably with like macaroni shells or something. I don't know. But the potato salad, I mean the potato soup that lady made with it, oh, so good.
Yeah, it's good that way too. I
Mm-hmm.
use
It was
the
good.
boxer for so many things. Fried cabbage, boiled cabbage,
Yeah.
uh, German potato salad, you name it.
That sounds good. Yeah, my husband will not eat any cabbage at all. So it's like I'm the cabbage eater. And that's what is really hard too during like, around St. Patrick's Day. My mom always made us the corned beef and cabbage. My uncle makes the ham, but
Yep,
my mom always preferred the corned beef in it. And she would do the
yep,
whole boil. Like it's like a boil, like a
yep,
Irish boil. But yeah,
yep.
with the potatoes, the carrots, and the cabbage. Oh my goodness. So good.
Apparently, I'm being mugged by cicadas now.
Oh no. Do they actually come after people? I didn't
Oh
know that.
no, they're flying up to the halo light.
Oh,
And
okay.
they come down, and well, here I am sitting here. I was trying to catch
Wow.
earlier to show everybody what they look like, but it flew off as it was crawling up my finger. It flew off.
Oh, yeah. I've only seen their shells. I've never seen an actual cicada.
They're actually beautiful. They really are.
Mm.
The iridescent green. Now they got big wings and bug eyes, but they're cute. I love them. I was hoping to find one and video it. I have a video, but I don't
Oh.
know where it is. During the whole molt,
Hmm. I
they're
want that
beautiful.
too. Yeah, I would love to. I want to check them out, like what they look like. I haven't actually heard them too much this year. What I did love seeing today, though, was those mockingbirds going after the iguanas on my tree. I just wish I had the video to show it, but I didn't have my camera on me, and Malachi needed changing. It was just, darn it. And by the time I got back to it to film it, they were gone. The
Well, they
mockingbirds.
started. They started singing at 7 a.m. this morning, so I automatically knew, get ready, it's
Oh,
fixing to get hot. Yeah, did you see
one.
it fly
I
over
saw
me?
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It went to your head because you're just shining like the light. That's funny. I saw it go bloop.
Yep,
That was
I'm
too
getting
funny.
mugged by bugs.
If it's not the
I'm
bugs, it's your
standing
hum.
now trying to keep the mosquitoes off of me.
Oh, do you have to go if it's really
No,
bothering
I'm
you?
fine.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, they do get noisy, right, Duncan? I've heard of people who come down and film, or they used to come down here and film, and in certain areas, they would have to call it because they couldn't get audio on the people without all the cicada noise. It was so loud.
I love them. I don't care how loud they
Yeah, I don't
get.
bug on. Yeah, I'm not doesn't bother me. I'd rather have the cicadas than the, dogs going off on me next door.
Dogs or loud thumping
Ooh,
music. Yeah.
is that what it is? Is it locusts behind you, or is that a cicada right behind you? You see it in the other side? Other side. Can you see it?
Ugh. Yep, that's one. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Okay.
If it don't fly away.
Oh, she just grabs it.
Well, yeah, it
Are
ain't
they?
gonna do nothing. It ain't
Oh,
gonna
they
do
don't.
nothing to
They
you.
don't bite. Okay. Yeah, is that what it is? Is it a locust? Like, will they eat your crops, locusts, or
It's a cicada.
listen to it buzzing? Remember that dog that ate one and it was buzzing? Oh, it was really hard to get it.
There we go.
Oh, it's kind of hard to see it. Darn it.
And if
I
I can
see a
get
little bit of the green.
yeah, they're beautiful. Try not to hurt it,
Yeah.
baby. Come on, hold still. Hold still. Quit. There we
Like, I
go.
want to
Let's see.
sing. Yeah, I think it's the lighting isn't showing off their true lumen like those. Oh, yeah, now you can see it better when you held
That's
it
it. The
back a little bit
camera.
under the light. Gosh, it's a big
It's
bug, man.
it's the camera. All right, I'm gonna let it go.
Okay. He's now he's just hanging out. He's like, okay, you didn't
Yep.
kill me, so that's
All right,
wild.
now. No getting fresh.
The cicada brooch.
Let's see.
So they won't, they sing and then reproduce and go back underground,
Nope. They
pretty much.
they'll reproduce. They come out of the ground.
Yeah.
Then they have to molt. That's when you see the brown shell. Then they
Okay.
make eggs and die.
Wow.
They have a very
So at
short
least they get to
lifespan.
change clothes. So theirs is more than what was that other animal that we were talking about or
Oh,
thing? Oh, the bee, the poor bee, the male
yep,
bees.
yep. Poor things. All
The,
they get to do is mate and die. Yep.
yeah, honey nut Cheerio. I think that was that was that Larks who put that in there? I think it was Larks who put that in our group. That was hilarious. I didn't think she could.
But yeah, those are cicadas. They are nothing. They are not related to locusts at all.
They
Locusts
run.
are more related to grasshoppers.
Okay. So the really colorful grasshoppers, are those the locusts, like the ones that you see with all those colors? Like it's actually a very pretty grasshopper, but that's what will eat your stuff, right?
No, no, yeah, that's a locust. They're really pretty and colorful. Can be.
Yeah.
They can still be brown. It depends on what kind. And then
Mhm.
there's the giant grasshoppers. But yeah, that's a cicada. Completely.
That
That's one that you hear singing.
mhm. Yeah, I like them. I just remember that video of the one dog that ate one and the mama's like, "What do you got in there?" And wouldn't open, and then it just opened it a little bit, and you hear it buzzing in its mouth. Poor bug.
That's
Poor
great.
thing. I
Yeah,
know.
I love cicadas.
Poor
I've grown up with them. Back when I was a kid, I know June bugs aren't that great, but June bugs used to not do all the damage when I was a kid, like they do now. And oh, but yeah, June bugs used to not do all the damage they do now when I was a kid. And we would catch them and tie a string around them. We wouldn't hurt them. We'd use kite string and we would fly them. We wouldn't turn them loose with the string on them. We'd play with them for a little while, let them go get a new one. Oh, I better go to chat.
Sorry, woke somebody up. Okay. We're talking about it was pop rock. Funny. And probably did. Thought it was pop rock. Big one. OCR doesn't get them, but you're way up in Canada, though. I don't know how far up they're usually in the south, aren't they? I thought more like a southern thing. Oh,
Hold on, wait a minute. No, they're all around.
okay.
They
Maybe yours just haven't come out yet, CR. They do
yeah.
take years to come out. I'm sorry, I had missed what was said for a second because I was talking to my husband.
I was talking about how when we were kids,
Mhm.
catch June bugs because they didn't do all the damage they do now. And we would
Yeah.
catch them and put them on the kite string, and we'd sit there and let them fly. And we wouldn't hurt them. We let them fly
Yeah.
for a little bit, and then let them go and go get a fresh one.
So funny.
Oh, we had fun catching lightning bugs,
Oh,
release,
Duncan has some.
releasing bullfrogs under the house. Yeah.
So they would sing under the house.
Oh, it would. Me and my sister,
Mhm.
when we were young, yeah, we kind of caught two big sacks full and brought them home unknowing to anybody, and it released them under the house. House kind of vibrated for a while until mom and dad figured out what we done. Yeah, we got ready to ride at.
They probably had good meal though under the house. That's
Oh
like
yeah, they
nobody
did.
wants. Yeah, nobody wants
It
to
was
grow under
cool.
there because of spiders and all kinds of bugs. And
Yeah, they had bugs to eat. It was cool. It was a little moist.
mhm.
They
Yeah,
didn't have to worry about anything.
yeah,
Yeah,
you gave them like a nice little condo,
yeah.
basically.
Earthworms. They could eat worms.
Yeah, probably even tiny rodents too. The babies, if they were big
Yeah,
enough bullfrogs, they could eat them.
these were big ones.
That's the one thing that's a shame is those bofu or bufo, whatever toads, the cane toads are poisonous because
Yeah,
they are kind of cool. They really are. They can get as big as like dinner plates, but they
yeah,
make a sound where they sound like an engine, like they're
yeah.
croak.
The Austin told me what, yeah, they like to do with the cane toads down in Australia. I won't speak of that here, but it involves a cricket net.
Yeah, yeah, I've done that before. They're so funny though. Like who was it? Oh, I met somebody, and he does like he's really he does pest control, but he's really into reptiles and everything. And I said, you know, what's with those cane toads? When you smack them, they stiffen up like you're not gonna mess with them. He goes, no, no, no. He goes, they're doing this. He goes, they're saying, I'm a rock. I'm not a frog. I'm a rock.
Yep.
Like they're camouflaging. I was like, oh, I didn't.
Let, let's just say that they would see how far they could fly.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's yeah. We fly them into the garbage can. Is where they go.
Yeah.
Yeah, they basically have a nice uh time leaving this world where they kind of, I think, poison each other to death. Like if we're collecting them.
More crap
Which,
brought over here that's not supposed to be here.
oh yeah. Oh, that's what I was thinking when I saw those iguanas. But then my daughter's talking about the clutch of eggs that the mamas can have, and it's crazy amount, just like the stupid
Yeah.
pythons. I was like, how
Yeah.
are we gonna like eradicate them? Uh-oh. Is that your puppy?
Yeah, that's Jana. She's doing her nightly barking. Somebody's acting a fool down the road.
She keeps everything in line. That's the
Yeah.
neighbor's dog next door, I think. But it's not the big one next door. It's the little tiny one. He knows
Oh,
what's up.
yippers.
But he's smart. He's the one who used to escape, come over to me because he knew I would wash him and give him little snacks and stuff. So he would, when he would get just so dirty and filled with like the little, they're not prickers, but they stick to you. They're the seed pods that
Yeah,
stick.
yeah.
He would get full of those, and they're sharp though. They're like sharp seed pods. He'd come see me because he knew I would wash them and comb them off him, and he'd get a little snack.
Cockabur,
Hmm?
cockaburs, cockaburs, or
Maybe.
beggar's lice.
Yeah, I'm not really sure which it is.
Beggar's lice are real little, the really sticky, prickly ones that are a
Mhm.
little bigger, or cockabur.
Yeah, it's probably beggar's lice then. I'm not really sure which plant it comes off of. Because I haven't seen it except for on the dogs. Like, it doesn't
Yep,
really, we don't get into it because it's, if you don't take care of your lawn, you get them. And my
yep,
husband takes care of our lawn, so our dog really doesn't get them unless she would go out behind our fence where the canal is, and then she gets some. But now he probably doesn't get any. Next door, they ripped out everything and they put down, uh, they had a patio. They tiled the patio. Then they put down that fake sod. They ripped everything out and put fake sod.
fake
And
grass.
mhm, because they didn't want to pay people to cut it anymore. And yeah, now they just wash it down, the poops and stuff. Supposedly, it just washes through. So, yeah, nice for the next person who gets it. Mm-hmm.
People with money are soon parted.
Yeah, they put in a lot of money into that house. And what's the, I don't know what's like, I know she works, I think, as a nurse. They're lovely people. I mean, I love my neighbors. Um, she works either as a nurse or a CNA at night, so she does night work. And then he's doing what do you call it? Oh, accounting. So
Mm,
they're
yeah,
making good money.
yeah.
But
Apparently, kids.
huh?
Do they have kids?
Oh yeah, they're the ones that have the autistic son that used to hop the fence.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
That's a
must
part of the
have.
reason. That's
Yeah,
part of the reason why my neighbor got to redo the whole house was because of the destruction. Because he's
yeah.
worse. He's worse than our son. He doesn't speak. Like, so
Because I was
she,
going to think if they had young kids and they fall on that stuff, they're going to get uh, burns from that
yeah.
fake
Oh
grass.
no, they're not that young. Their kids are older now. Yeah. No, they don't go
You
out and
don't?
let them. No, the older kids, they'll go and hook the dog up, take the dog for a walk. That's about it. They don't go out and play really. They have a hot tub back there. That's what they do now. They have a barbecue and a hot tub. Hey, TN, what's up? Well, it is 1 a.m. I'm gonna probably call
Hey?
it just because I got to be home with Malachi. Oh, you got the baby. Oh,
Yeah. I said, can I get her?
I know.
I
Oh,
am bigger. There I am.
so
I
sweet.
can't. I gotta get used to this camera. It's completely different. If it was the front forward facing camera, it'd be fine.
Yeah,
Just bring those back. There we go.
you got it. You got it fixed. Good to see you, TN. I'm gonna actually call it because I got Malachi and my husband is working tomorrow, so I have to head to bed because he'll have me up early. When Daddy's not home, he
Hey,
seems
how
to
you doing?
wake up early. But thank you for coming up, Mama Al. I really appreciate it. I wish I could go
Oh,
longer.
I have a blast. That's okay. I gotta go make some videos because I gotta catch up. I've
Catch
been,
up. You're blowing everybody out of the water usually. Goodness.
yeah, I've got so much I need to catch up with. Oh my gracious. But yeah, if you need a
Uh,
good laugh, go watch the squirrel video.
I'm gonna. That's right. Yeah, everybody head over
It's
and
a
watch the squirrel video.
four-part video, and they just keep
Okay.
getting funnier.
Oh, cool. I can't wait to see it. Are you gonna do, did you say you in the Southern cooking you have the beignets or no? Making the
Huh?
beignets on your Southern cooking list are the
No,
beignets?
have that yet because I'm
Okay.
going to be doing special beignets, chocolate
Mm.
stuff
Oh,
beignets.
oh, my daughter would love those. She loves the chocolate croissants when we go out somewhere. Mm. All
Yeah,
right, guys.
I'll
Thank
pick
you
it
so
up.
much for coming. Much love, Mama Al. Thank you.
Love you too.
Have a good night, everyone.
Good night,
Bye.
everyone.